Okay, so we're going to continue finding rectilinear area of a rectangle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at these irregular shapes and determine where to break them into two separate rectangles. We'll find the area of each rectangle and then add them together. So right here in number 1, I notice that there are two rectangles, and I can split that right here, and I can see two separate rectangles. So I can put my hand here and see a rectangle at the top. I can put my hand here and see a rectangle at the bottom. So I've got a 10 by 3, so I know that I've got a length of 3 and a width of 10. So 3 times 10 gives me 30. Now here at the bottom, I know I have a width of 3, and I know this whole side is 6. But I need to know what this piece of this side, because I'm cutting that part off. So I know, since this is a rectangle, that this line right here is going to be the same length as this line. So this one is 3, this one is 3. So I can kind of cross out that 6 and make this a 3. So I know if this part is 3, then I know that this part, since this was 6, and since the two numbers need to go together to equal 6, I know that 3 plus 3 gives me a total of 6. So that would make this line 3. So I'm going to draw my arrow because it's going to be too hard for me to write in there. So I've got a length of 3 and a width of 3. So 3 times 3 I know equals 9. So I have an area up here of 30, and I have an area down here of 9, and I have to put those together. That gives me 39, and I know this is in millimeters, and I know it's squared because I'm doing two sides that I'm multiplying. So that gives me the squared. Okay? All right. So number 2, I can see when I draw the line here, it's kind of going to look like a hat. So now I know I've got a length of 2 and a width of 9. So 2 times 9 gives me 18. And here I have a length of 5 and a width of 6. 5 times 6 gives me 30. So when I add that up, I've got 30 plus 18, which gives me 48. 48 millimeters squared. All right, number 3. I see two rectangles when I draw my line right here. I've got a rectangle here, and I've got a rectangle here. I've got 6 times 3, which gives me 18, and I've got 4 times 5, which gives me 20. Now I have to add those up. 20 plus 18 gives me a total of 38 millimeters squared. All right, I'm hoping you're seeing these. I'm going to stop after number 5. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my line here. I can see I have a rectangle here and a rectangle here. I've got 5 for my length and 6 for my width. 5 times 6 gives me 30. I've got a length of 5 and a width of 8. 5 times 8 equals 40. 30 plus 40 gives me 70. 70 millimeters squared. All right. Number 5. I can go ahead and I can draw my line there. I've got a rectangle here. I've got a rectangle here. All right. So I've got, for this one, I've got 4 times 3 is 12. And for this one, I have 10 times 4, which gives me 40. 40 plus 12 gives me a total of 52 millimeters squared. All right, so there are 5 left. We did 5 together. I would like you to try 6 through 10 tonight and bring it back tomorrow. We'll go over these tomorrow, but this will give you an idea of whether or not you understand these better. So I want you to go over these and then bring it back, and we will discuss it tomorrow. If you have any questions, please email me. And hopefully tomorrow when we come back, you'll have an aha moment and you will have gotten them all right and you'll understand it now. Sometimes we just need a little more time, and that's okay. So I want you to always keep watching, stay curious, and always keep learning. I'll see you tomorrow.